Hey everyone, it's that time of year again where the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame inducts their latest class, the class of 2023. And looking up and down that list, I can say, what the f? Now looking over this class of anglers, there's only one I kind of took issue with. Mike Iaconelli? Really? Now, over the past couple years, there's been much to do over sportsmanship, rules, disqualifications, polygraphs, and otherwise just living in that gray area. And while there's a lot of us who hate that gray, it looks like the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame decided to embrace it by inducting the original bad boy of bass fishing, Mike Iaconelli. Now, it's hard to argue against the fact that Iaconelli has had a very illustrious career. Notably, he's the only angler in history to have won at every single level of BASS competition. That even includes jackpotting a kayak tournament. But anyway. Now another thing Mike Iaconelli did was he ushered in the era of self-promotion in bass fishing. He paved the way. And I know for a fact that's something that every angler that has a sponsorship at any level has reaped the benefits of. That is a positive. He's also claimed that moniker of being the bad boy of bass fishing, and he wears it like a badge. At the same time, for all his accomplishments, he's the same guy who was disqualified from 2 Bassmaster Classics, brought in dead fish to a Bassmaster Classic, had run-ins with other pros on the water.
There was, 3 20-yard stretches, and when other anglers would want to come in, you see Mike Iaconelli right here, well, sometimes anglers butted heads.
You think that's cool? I said, you think that's cool?
Just tell me to leave, Kevin. I'll leave. I'm getting mad at you.
I'm just asking you. I just wonder if that's cool.
It's a beauty hole.
You ain't part of the community.
Kevin, next time just say Mike, and please leave the spot. Just be nice about it, and I'll leave.
I wasn't mean. Whatever you want, dude.
Be nice next time, and I'll leave for it. That's all.
I was nice. How was I mean?
Come on, man.
I just said, is that cool? He's having a bad day, I can tell. Mike and I don't have the best relationship, if you hadn't figured it out.
Has had run-ins with locals on the water.
Yo, bro! You gonna yell at me and leave without talking to me like a man? Talk to me like a man, bro. Talk to me like a man.
Look here, man.
Look, first of all, let me tell you something. Hold on. I apologize. I'm sorry. Talk to me like a man. I'm sorry for doing that.
And even ran his boat aground during a tournament on the Sabine River. Now, did you notice in that run-in with the local angler how he was all ready to go until the guy turned his boat and started coming towards him? Then he became very apologetic. It's like that one friend that we always have that's the hold me back guy whenever a fight breaks out. Again, on the other side, he's very beloved for all that he does for youth in his community, and that is very admirable. I just hope these kids don't grow up to be chunking navlites in the water. Now, something you might not know is that here a while back, he actually published a book called Fishing on the Edge by Mike Iaconelli. The audiobook version, he actually narrated himself, which is pretty ballsy. Now, he detailed many things over the course of his long career in his book, which, by the way, you can find an Amazon affiliate link to in the description below. So feel free to go get you a copy and read or listen for yourself. Anyway, a few things that I picked up from his book that really caught my attention were not only a couple of skirmishes with some tournament directors, but the fact he failed a polygraph and one night was getting his drink on in a bar, picked up a chick and went back to her hotel room since it was an upgrade over his, and he even referred to co-anglers as amateurs. Feel free to go down to the description section below and pick you up a copy via the affiliate link. I just hope that nice random lady he picked up in the bar isn't hiding her head in shame somewhere after that book came out. I think you guys can kind of figure out at this point I'm not really on board with the fact that he's in the Hall of Fame. Although I do think it's poetic justice that 2 gentlemen were inducted before he was. The first guy, Dewey Kendrick, seen here, and the second, Trip Weldon, seen here. both tournament directors he's had known skirmishes with. How does that feel like? Dewey Kendrick and Trip Weldon? Both in before you? That's gotta suck. So I was kind of curious how the bad boy of bass fishing, the guy that in my opinion ushered in the era of bass handing out DQs like candy at a parade, was able to squeak into the Hall of Fame. And while there are several board members on the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame, the first one I saw really stood out at me. Remember this guy? Steve Bowman? Yeah, this guy.
But then Koya can just say no Espanol, no speaky English, whatever.
It was at this point I was so deflated I didn't even give him a call to ask a few questions. I mean, Steve Bowman's on the board of directors and they let him in, so I guess it should be no shock that Ike is there too. So I guess the days of purity are gone. Like the days when it was Shaw Grigsby, Stacey King, James Hedden, Kim Cook, Woo Daves, Jim Bagley, Al Linder, Tom Mann, Hank Parker, and others. The good old days, they're gone. In my opinion, it's like everything else in the world. It's kind of went commercial, kind of strayed away from what it was supposed to be, and kind of went towards the marketing stage of fluff, pomp, and circumstance. Now, a lot of you are going to look at this video and you're going to think I'm just a typical hater, and you couldn't be further from the truth. I was once a huge Iaconelli fan. I remember having to defend him against all my friends, against other people I'd meet online, in person at tournaments. Everybody was bashing the guy, and I was out there and I had his back. Even met him one time in person, and he helped me pick out one of my favorite spinning reels of all time, a Daiwa Soul, back when it was a thing. So I used to be a huge fan. So what turned me against him? Over time, he did. So in the end, can a case be made for him to be a member of the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame based solely upon his accomplishments? Yeah, it can. But I'm worried that this is going to usher in a new age of folks that we're going to remember more for their negative than the positive. Do you remember such stories about Hank Parker, Stacey King, Al Linder? No, you don't. I just don't want what's supposed to be a prestigious organization to go down that road. That's all I'm saying. When it's all said and done, welcome to the Hall of Fame class of 2023, Mike Iaconelli, for what it's worth. Anyway, guys, I want to tell each and every one of you how much I appreciate you showing up and watching. Please do me a favor. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. And you know how it goes. Until next time we meet, get out there in the water, keep it wet.